pick someone that's going to win the late game, right? We know how this series is going. Don't pick...
Even if you do get behind, even if you do lose the lane, I honestly think it's just better to make sure you're situated for late game.
Just don't pick Jhin, right? Just, dear God, do not pick Jhin, right? Don't think...
Oh, no,
don't think...
you've procced it.
Don't think...
It's happening now.
They're going to be like, oh, guys, we just have to win lane even harder. No. No.
Don't think about the Jhin.
No, don't do that. Just, we know how it's going to go. We can't change you, right? The KT fans accept KT for who they are, right? They accept all the ups. They accept all the ups and downs. The bro fans love you no matter what, right? They accept the bro and brew. That's how it is, right?
Yeah.
They love it, right? Just, that's how it's going to be. I honestly, whichever team locks in small, I don't think it's going to happen, but they do. I am so down for it.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be a ticket to success, but I don't think we'll see it.
It doesn't have to be Smolder per se. I think that would make us the most excited.
It's the vibes of the champion.
Yeah.
Right? It's the ticking time bomb that says, oh, you did nothing for 25 minutes? Game's over. You know, that's what the Gwen did, the level 20 Gwen.
We had that. Aurora.
Yeah. A lot of mid lane has been taken out of the pool.
First pick Sion into Jhin Bard pickup here for KT.
A lot of junglers being freed up with how this draft has gone. Because last time we had J4, Vi, and Wukong all banned, and now all open. They banned the Nocturne. So J4, Vi, Wukong, which I think this is really good for Cuz. The space was saying how they want something you can be proactive on. So now Cuz, J4, Wukong are available if you want to lean on them. Gideon has taken Vi. Does have that point-and-click CC, which, I mean, if aiming is going to pick something hyper-carry-esque, you have an answer. You have that point-and-click CC. Is Cuz going to take his jungler now, or are you going to go for something... Are you going to prioritize something else first?
There's a lot of discussion with Cuz, and it's not his time to pick, so I think there it is.
Wukong.
Wukong. Now the question is, what goes along with it? Something we've seen a lot in the past is, you know, Ahri Wukong takes the Ahri away as well, but there are still some other picks that you can consider.
I wouldn't be against leaving mid till a bit later. If you have like a prior top, be okay with picking here.
Aiming's talking a decent amount. Thinking about BD Zoe.
BD Zoe. He's just going to slam it
too.
Yeah, if you're confident and you think the mid pool's been thinned enough that there's not a good response. I do like the fact that they already have this Vi for Bro as something that can gap close, but Zoe is still just a pain to deal with if you can't get on top of her. What is Roma
Galio?
With?
Galio isn't like the best at dealing with it. Oh, the Mel.
Oh, Mel is horrible for Zoe to deal with.
Oh, that's okay. 6.
It's not Mel. I actually thought the Mel pick was pretty good. Like, you throw the Sleepy Trouble Bubble out, and she just rebounds it. Also, you go in for your burst, and she just rebounds it.
Yeah, I mean, it's very obvious when she's going to do her stuff.
I mean, presumably this is a Ziggs bot. This doesn't fit the theme of hyper carry, per se. But it does mean you can throw the ult on top of the Zoe.
Yeah, could still be mid.
The Hen coming through for casting in the top lane. So we'll see what the response is. I mean, are you going to pick something bot? Are you going to pick something top lane? Perfect could go for... You could just go Sai on the top lane. Could go Rek'Sai, something just to stabilize the matchup. Wouldn't surprise me too much if he was to lean towards that. Instead, going for the Kennen. So wants to put the pressure down.
Yeah.
A lot of I feel like Zen does well into melees because you can just fight them and maintain his passive. Harder to do into a ranged champion.
Yeah. A perfect stun being bullied, which he was for 2 full games, even though he was playing Gnar into Renekton. Ahri's banned immediately, so...
Yep. So Ahri Vi not going to be a thing. And this does mean the mid pool is going to be thinned a good amount for Roma. So I'm not sure what he's necessarily going to play in this situation. Could play Yone, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, if Ziggs is bot, and you're not going to play an AD carry mid.
I mean, it helps with the whole we're going to engage and dive in and gap close, and you can't just sit there and poke us.
Yeah.
So, and also you can use like your E to like snap back if you get Zoe bubbled. You are going to get harassed in lane, but I mean, that happens all the time for Yone. We'll see though.
Is Roamer confident to pull it out here?
That's the question.
I do wonder.
Alistair ban going to come through. I think Alistair does a good job of peeling both Wukong and Kennen. I think the Sivir ban, good when you are looking to play the Ziggs. I feel like maybe KT could go for like an Ezreal in this situation. So that could be a decent ban.
Or Jhin.
They could definitely play a Jhin.
Yeah.
But I think aiming walk into Ezreal.
Ezreal banned now, so all of a sudden, those Jhin stocks rising. Doesn't have to go into it. We are looking at Nautilus.
Okay. Paulo just going with something he's comfortable on. We'll lock that one in. Now, for Bro, looks like it could end up being a Ziggs mid.
Mm-hmm.
Should be a bit of a curveball, as we have only seen Ziggs bot lane. I'm a big fan of the MF bot, though.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot banned out by both Fearless and the team themselves.
Not a big fan of this. MF Leona, I guess. Leona into Nautilus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do have a lot of, we're going to find a target and we're going to throw ults at it.
Yeah,
and
you
it's
can do that. The only thing is, if there's ever like anyone threatening the MF, it's really hard to play the game.
Yeah.
Like Kennen, Wukong, Nautilus can all make your life really uncomfortable. So that's a little bit difficult, I feel. But I do think the... yeah, of course it's Jhin.
Of course it's Jhin. I mean, there's no like big tanks at least.
Yeah.
And they have other damage.
This is just so funny that we were talking about how like, oh, that's not Jhin.
Just kidding.
That's Kai'Sa. That is going to be a rougher lane though. Yeah, I love how we were talking about how like, you know, it's been slower games, lean into the scaling, and both teams are like, we're going explosive. We've been too passive. Let's be active.
If they're actually active and make plays, then sure.
Let's hope
for it.
Let's see it. Ziggs mid. Okay. Last time we saw this was when Chovy played it. And he's back Satchel second, and I crashed out a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't get bubbled by Zoe, not fun. You can at least satchel yourself a little bit away if you do get bubbled, but you can still just follow up. That being said, when, you know, you do have a lot of poke. Yeah, some interesting compositions to come out. I do think bot lane matchup's pretty good for you. And you do have a lot of setup for like Ziggs ult, RF ult. But I think it's these compositions are a lot about making plays and being proactive. A lot of snowbally picks here.
It says it takes her 6 hours and 40 minutes to walk home. I surely hope that's not the choice made.
So don't walk home. That's my advice.
Yeah. Well, trains might shut down if the night goes late enough, as it's KT Rolster versus BRION going into Game 3. You know, there was a lot of deliberation when Teddy was locking in that MF, and he gave like the final nod. He was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. So it felt like they were thinking about something else, and we weren't exactly too happy with the MF. But a lot of stuff gone, a lot of stuff banned, and not everything works with their comp, and they decided this would be the choice.
First bomb of the game hit.
It's a good sign.
Win.
Good sign.
Mental edge. That's what you're looking for.
If I'm thinking about comfort...
Oh, never mind, he missed. Never mind.
I think BDD wins this 100 out of 100 times. Like, it's BDD's Zoe. We don't know a whole lot about Roamer's Ziggs, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe he's... How do you know, right?
based on the information.
Maybe Roma's a Ziggs guy, and you just don't know it.
The only Ziggs guy I know is you and me.
You know, I got some bad news though.
Sidestep.
He's doing good, but I have some bad news.
Yeah, what's that?
He's got the wrong skin.
Oh no, that's a problem. The aggressive satchel gets BDD into a rough spot. Ghost has to be utilized.
That was pretty good.
Yeah,
that was pretty good. That was a good. That was a good satchel. But he did go the wrong skin. He went the Arcanist one. Everyone knows Pool Party's the correct skin.
Yeah.
A little rubber ducky.
So I guess he's not a Ziggs guy.
And you get also the splash when you throw the bombs. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. Some champions just have a correct skin. This is how it is. I don't make the rules. It's just how it is. Yeah, this is
going in, but
yeah, he went in at level 2, and Leona's pretty strong at level 2, but you don't have your W, which makes you tanky. So can be a little dangerous, especially because the thing is, short trades, MF great. Long trades, Kai'Sa a bit more great. Casting not having a good time in this matchup at all, to no one's surprise.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen this matchup in the LCK.
Don't believe so.
But it doesn't really take an expert to figure out. You know, the champion who stacks up his passive by fighting against a ranged champion who keeps you at bay. Yeah.
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 Keeps you at range, keeps you very low.
Stuns you if you try and get close to him.
Yeah.
There are windows where Zahen can like close the gap if he like flips you in, but until that happens, casting is not having a fun time. Casters, we're doing okay. Thanks.
Yeah, we're having a great time.
No one asked, but
how do you know? There might be somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody out there asked.
Well, if you did, thank you.
Or maybe they wondered, you know, like, oh, I hope the casters are doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a 6 game. It's a long day. Long 6 game.
Also, the meta is getting back to like real OG LCK feels.
Yeah.
By the way, Perfect is it's kind of low now. I don't know what happened here, but
yeah, but Casting has 15 CS and Perfect has 31. So
yeah. But at least Casting was able to somehow trade up.
A little cheeky trade in.
But yeah, like back when I first started for real, like I did do 2012, but that was kind of like half a season. That wasn't like a real thing. But in 2017, the meta was also very slow.
Yeah.
And so it was really good for like a new-ish league caster to kind of get used to the longer games and the long grind. Build that stamina, you know?
Yeah.
How are you feeling, Ox?
I'm doing okay.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, we, when I was on the LPL, there were these days where they'd do 3 best-of-3s. Like you guys used to have the challenges.
I have heard the legends.
Yeah. So those days were definitely the stamina builders.
Did you ever get a 9-gamer?
Yes.
Oh, you are so not cringe.
Yes.
I wish I could say the same.
Yeah, those were the good times.
Yeah, me and Wolf are the cringe casters. Oh, stun is going to land. Casting, bit of trouble here. So he's going to get the pullback, but the stun comes through. One more auto. Ooh, that's why you drink your potions.
Yeah, the Doran shield healing, the second wind, the health potion, all coming in clutch to keep him alive. And now he's just going to TP back in and pick up the wave. He's fine.
Cannon wave. He's chilling.
Calculate. Didn't even flash. Didn't need it. You know, had it in the bag. Guys, CS just is irrelevant. Don't look at it.
Gold
Don't think about
real.
it.
I mean,
no one cares about gold.
We have learned over the last 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, plus
it does not matter.
I have some news to break to you. Kennen has been out for a while. This is an old champion.
Yeah.
Zahen is brand new. So at some point in the game, Kennen is going to ult. And yeah, it's going to do stuff. It's probably going to have high impact. But Zahen is going to do what's called release date check. And he's just going to release date all over the Rift.
Yeah.
And it's going to be crazy.
He is going to Grim Deliverance a reality check.
Oh, that's so
cool.
Cannon. You know ability names. I thought you couldn't do that.
That's like one of the, yeah, because, you know, he's relatively new, so I looked it up, and yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's kind of, I said it like a couple of times, so now it's kind of stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Good work. Good job, Brendan.
Valdez.
Brendan Valdez.
Yep. Brendan Valdez. Valdez.
Brendan Valdez.
That's my full name.
Brendan Valdez. Thank you.
I saw this meme. I feel like you're the one who shared it with me, where it's like a cat whose name is like 5 names long, but he also goes by Joe or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
I guess it wasn't you then. This is the satchel tech where you're like, yep, I'm out of there. Nice bubble, nerd. Aiming is going to flash away. I'm gonna find it later. The meme.
Okay. I was like, you just said it and then you moved on. I was like, okay.
Well, no, it's because it's like Brendan Valdez, but I go by Valdez. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's some cat called Joe. You've really just been like, just bringing stuff. I feel like you're just trying to bait me all today.
It is fun. It's
That's been, you know, honestly, that's been the thing that's been testing my stamina the most, right? You know, this day could be twice as long,
yeah.
But really, you're the one who's been testing me. Pushing my limits.
Reminds me of Atlas casting with Chronicler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who? Sorry?
Oh, Mauhaus.
Oh, Mauhaus. Yeah. That guy.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah. He's still around, still watching for some reason from his Mauhaus in the Netherlands. With what?
With Peter Pan.
Well, Aiming doesn't have flash, and now he's kind of just being run down here. Uh-oh, he's going to get ulted and just die!
Yeah.
First blood goes to Teddy. Feeling pretty comfortable on this MF.
Well, that's the lane matchup, right? MF just bullying out the Kai'Sa. I think the thing is, right, we were a little bit unsure about the MF, but you did just draft Kai'Sa into it, right?
Yeah.
You didn't have to do that. So Aiming's getting bullied out pretty heavily.
59.
And as we know, gold leads are real, and the game is going to end on the back of them having an advantage. The game is not going to continue.
Yeah. We don't have any evidence against that fact.
Yeah. Paul's holding the wave here, though, so he's been a good support.
There are like 8 wards over there from both teams.
I don't know why, whenever we make jokes about Mao, it absolutely kills me. It's just... it's just so funny. It's even funnier now he's
gone, but we're still making jokes.
It's also because I just know he's at home listening.
Yeah.
That just makes it even better. Oh.
By the way, KT are using Coach Voice, which I don't think we've seen.
Oh.
We saw Bro using it last game.
Maybe this is a hype one. It's like, good job, guys. You're doing great.
What, right after Aiming died?
Yeah.
Good job, Aiming. Great work. Yeah, the Kai'Sa was your idea, right?
Oh my god. I need to chill out, man.
We have a long game ahead of us. There's like at least 30 minutes left.
This is the point where I start to lose it. Okay.
It is almost 11 o'clock here.
I'm good. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, bot lane, pretty substantially ahead, but top lane also pretty ahead. So in total, it's only a 200 gold lead for Bro. Kind of meaningless. Even more meaningless than the gold leads we've generally had, which have been quite meaningless.
We've had larger gold leads that end up not mattering at all.
Yeah. Once you've seen a 14,000 gold lead get thrown, it's kind of whatever.
Perfect. Starting from next TP, don't use it back to your lane and save it for bot cover TP. Aiming, you got this. No need to tilt. So, kind of the opposite of what we were saying.
Honestly, probably a better thing to say than what we were suggesting.
Yeah. That's good, though.
Aiming, you got this. Lock in.
Yeah. Stop tilting.
Never tilt. You have this in the bag. Remember last game when you got a pentakill?
Yeah.
There you go.
He could do it on Kai'Sa. This was one of the first champs for aiming where it was like, wow, he just keeps getting to play it and nobody's banning it, and he takes over all of these games.
It was a good champ for him, so, you know, we'll see. Not a fun lane for him.
Yeah. It's down 2,000 gold. 11 minutes in. Got some yelling on stage. The fight is breaking out as Cuz is able to cyclone his way to safety. One of the loudest pro gamers actually is Cuz, and we are on the KT side.
He's very vocal. I don't know if you watched last year. KT put out a bunch of voice comms. I'm gonna hold this thought while we're fighting this dragon.
Zoe not really able to do much. They want to go in on it Cuz he doesn't have his ult, as now he is going to go back in. Teddy kind of stuck in the pit, but he's able to get out, but aiming says no. This ult's on top of him, and now there's no one to protect any of them. That is a double kill for aiming.
Job's done.
Perfect.
It's fixed.
Who is still going in. Roamer's kind of in a rough spot now. He doesn't have his flash, and apparently no satchel either. Gets gunbladed to death. And Casting just chilling in the top lane.
And you know, the call, save the TP,
for
bot, it seems to have paid off pretty well. I mean, to be fair, they only got the extra kill on a Roamer thanks to Perfect. But even so, the team fight in general going really well for KT. Aiming, getting a good pickup there. So in the situation, they engage onto Cuz here, doesn't have the ult. Apollo gets straight onto Teddy, aiming with the target selection, chases into the other end of the fight. And Nangun just left here isolated as they chase him down. Bro, no, they have to disengage, especially with the TP coming. And then BDD picking up all the flashes can chase down the Ziggs. I guess Perfect was the insurance policy to make sure like there's no way they lose this and they get the exit kills. But yeah. The thing I was saying before, so last year, KT, especially towards the end of the year, where they were doing voice comms off all their games, especially their big matches in playoffs, worlds, and you know, Cuz was super vocal in all those shot calling and stuff. I always think it's really cool to see when teams post their comms, because obviously, I mean, we with coach voice have gotten a look in at like, you know, the role of different coaches in the team, but also with voice comms for teams, we get a sort of view in it like what role each player has in terms of like the comm structure and what they say.
Grim Deliverance right on top of Perfect, who is going to throw up the slicing Maelstrom right in his face, but he does have to flash away. And Casting now is beginning to feel pretty good about the way the trading is going. After getting a beating early on, Namgoon pretty tanky here on the Leona, but now the Eclipse is down. Solar Flare comes down, and aiming says no regardless. Teddy does a bit of damage back, but take a look at the gold diff for the AD carries now, as it was 2K 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, you're feeling a lot better now, and Namgoon, he was the one who hex flashed forward. He stepped in, so he is now on the back foot, and we talked a little bit about drafting for lane versus drafting for late game. I'm feeling a lot better about the Kai'Sa right now. Gold leads are fake, Brendan.
They are.
That's what we learned.
They are very fake.
They're not real.
At least early on in LCK Cup, where our teams are kind of still figuring it out. Or maybe they were never real, and we just didn't realize until right now.
No, I think it's this season. You just can't close games as easy.
It is true. You don't get free Barons. Feels like the
Barons
souls
aren't worth as much.
Are good, but not always great. Like we have Ocean Soul here.
Well, it's also your only win con is Soul, right? And if your Soul's bad, then you can't necessarily end.
Yeah.
And
unless you're really far ahead.
And if you miss out on a Dragon, then it's like, okay, you know, that stalled the game loads.
Yeah, and installing the game is easier.
There's no Adakan, right, to give you a massive boost. Baron isn't as easy, and it doesn't give as much gold. There's just a lot of factors. Also, with all the quests and stuff, it's like, it's hard to stop the enemy team getting guaranteed value. Like, it's hard to really choke the enemy team completely out of the game.
Because they get the quest eventually anyway.
Yeah.
Even if they were a little bit behind, like, even if aiming got his quest a little bit later, like, he made up some of the gold by having 3 kills.
And he's going to have cash back.
Yeah.
he's inevitably going to have items.
You think some of that's going to get nerfed?
I think it should. They buffed cashback because it wasn't being used last year before all this, like, the quest came in. And I think they should nerf cashback with the context of the quest existing.
Well, they know Palu's here, so they're just going to go for an engage as Roamer's in trouble. He is getting zoned by every which thing, as eventually you just get rooted and killed by Palu.
Goodbye.
But,
just
yeah.
target, kill target. They engage in him, blow him up. And things are not looking good for the bros. Not much brewing going on here, honestly.
I mean, they're trying to fight fire with this comp, but... yeah, some of the fights, the setup has just been much better for KT.
Yeah, they have tools to engage. It is very much just a, especially this trio of the Nautilus, the Wukong, and the Kai'Sa. It's just see target, kill target.
And that's exactly what they're doing. It feels like Bro, they're like trying to set up for stuff, but they're not 100% sure, and then like one person gets caught out in a weird spot, and if you do that against, you know, Zoe, Nautilus, Wukong, you're going to get caught. You will get CC'd by something.
Oh, bro, start the dragon.
Well,
okay, this is scary for bro. Not for KT. This is fine for KT.
Yeah, no Nautilus ult. We'll see if that factors in as, oh, it's just taken by Cuz. Walks up and takes it as a ton of burst damage from the ults do come down from Bro. And the Zahan is going crazy in the pit. Cuz should be going down here. As sleeping in the brush, he is. Banangun goes in, keeps him in place as Teddy and Casting do move forward. Aiming and BDD still trying to fire at them, but yeah, you know, a very close fight, and at the end of the day, KT got the dragon.
Yeah, I think would have possibly gotten better for KT if they didn't stand in all the AoE. I think that was possibly a factor in this fight not going well for them, but they still get the dragon. A good steal from Cuz in that situation. Ultimately, he's just Bro getting their ults off in the way they want. So here, Teddy ends up channeling and doesn't go interrupted. Normally, the backline damage comes through. They also get the Grim Deliverance off. Just kind of scrappy. Also, not sure what happened with Cuz's flash there. Yeah. A little bit messy.
Yeah. It was kind of getting crazy in the pit, and there were some primary targets for KT of Bro in the pit, so they were kind of like funneled in, and then they took a ton of damage, but it was like not a terrible situation somehow after that. And so things got a little bit wacky. Aiming never really got access to the backline. He was kind of just hanging out, which can happen. And so yeah, now about 800 gold.
I think that's the thing is that KT's comp does need to be more decisive with its engages and get on the backline. If Rover and Teddy can kind of just free fire from distance, and especially Casting on this Zahen, if he's able to just like get in the mixer and ult and hit everyone and get his passive stacked is a problem. Is actually very durable. So that's an example of how the fights don't want to go for KT.
Yeah.
But they are one dragon away from Seoul. Not the best Ocean Soul team by any means. No one's really that bulky to benefit from it, except maybe Cuz, but even he's not like a crazy tanky champion.
Casting doing a lot of lurking in the jungle. I thought he was going to go in on that one, but I guess wanted to make sure that, you know, there was no jungle there, and actually Cuz did eventually show up, so better safe than sorry after diving a cannon with, you know, a bunch of stuns, Gunblade, and the Wukong who could have potentially been there, not to mention aiming if he's anywhere near. Can always join a fight. But still definitely trying to press that lead. I do like how Casting pretty much every game has been like, no, I'm winning.
Wait, how does aiming have the tier 3 boosts? He's cheating.
He is cheating.
Huh.
That's the only explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how he managed that. It's crazy.
That is crazy. Well,
so again, we're here in the mid game, and yes, we might get another fight over the next Ocean Drake.
we're back to brewing.
But like, we're just kind of hanging out. We're just all scaling again, and we knew this was going to happen. I know the teams wanted to try to be a bit more aggro.
It was a bit more aggro for a little bit.
For both sides, but like eventually you do just hit a stopping point. As long as you don't have a massive lead. And I feel like in the LCK,
I think to the credit, right,
massive lead.
If you imagine a scenario where it wasn't an Ocean Soul, if it was like a Hextech Soul, KT could be feeling really good right now. They would be like, oh, we're one away from Soul. It's a really good Soul. We get this, we win. The problem is, it's not a good Soul.
Yeah.
And they're like, well,
we'll take it.
We'll take it. Faster Elder. You know, let's flip it.
Also, you know, if they ever get into trouble, they don't even have to worry about giving it over, really. I mean, Zahen can be a bit obnoxious if he gets a lot of Ocean Drakes, but yeah,
the Drakes or whatever, but if casting gets Ocean Soul, it's a little annoying, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Like, he heals a lot anyway, but, yeah, it's just, you know, it could have been one of these Souls that was a real big problem. But, you know, I digress. They are looking to try and push in here mid. A lot of pressure on Roamer. He's trying to use the minefield to clear, but it's hard when he's solo.
Yeah, they're just going to give it up here. Mid tier 1 does go down. That's a lot of pressure for potentially BDD. We always talk about the Zoe, even though it is already 22 minutes in.
It's so hard to set up vision around the Dragon with it being an Ocean Rift, though. So many extra brushes. You can see KT've done a pretty good job. Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Namgoong's right in front right away. He knows the threat. Even the Kaisa. Got to be careful about all that poke. Perfect here on the left side.
They have vision on them, and casting's on the flank, so...
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Might be so... Oh.
Okay, they're just going to send it. They just kind of have to. Casting, though, is taking a ton of damage. There's no follow-up. He just dies. And that's not what I meant when they have to send it, because, yeah, now they're just getting pummeled by BDD, and they absolutely have to give this Ocean Drake up. There is no chance they can fight here.
The thing is, they don't have the vision set up. Casting just kind of ran in by himself. This is not how you play around an objective. Like, there's no other way to spin it. This was just brute forcing, and it didn't work. And the thing is, you can't even make an argument like, oh, they couldn't contest the space. KT committed to mid. They moved in on mid for the tower and gave up space, and you just didn't do a good job of clearing out the vision. You were like hanging around for a pick on the bot side of the map. This was just bad setup from Bro. Like, they were just so tunnel visioned on a pick that they didn't do a good job of setting up. And then it ended up in a scenario where they just didn't have vision parity, and BDD could do what he wanted, so...
Yeah. And then worse than that, they tried to force a fight and the coordination wasn't even there. Like, casting ends up going in alone, and it's like, well, the whole setup wasn't... They didn't have the foundation built, and then also, like, the top of the house was all over the place. It just wasn't a good...
Yeah, the wheels weren't attached to the house.
Yeah. Very important to have that house around the wheels. And,
there was no mill on the house.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Roamer is... They know this Baron is potential threat, but they're losing a lot of objectives, like mid-tier 1, top-tier 1. And now casting is kind of in check. He does have a Maw, but Shadow Flame and Orb finished here for perfect. As Bro say, well, we want to get some gold on the map too. We want to move forward and take some of these towers down.
A little bit of gold picked up in return, but not a ton.
They're just, I guess they have made the decision as a team, like, we are going to make something happen.
Oh,
and unfortunately, they have made something happen, but it's not looking all too good. This Namgoong is in trouble, has to flash away.
A lot of summoners been there. That's 3 flashes on the back of that play.
Yeah.
Which also gives BDD a flash, which he'll take. Casting going to try and pressure this tower now, which means KT going to move over to the Baron.
Yep. Absolutely should. BDD does get... kind of just shot down there by Teddy. But I do wonder if they have a reel in onto this Baron pit. A lot of sums down, and here comes the turn. Namgoong in trouble, and the backline is accessed. Roamer has to get out of there with the satchel. Cuz, though, getting pretty low. It's a trade of Cuz for Namgoong, as that is the kill onto the Ziggs as well. As the crowd goes insane, casting here. Trying to run away, doesn't have any help, and aiming, who's still holding on to his ult. So eventually we'll take down the Zahen on top of it all. Even the flash burned at the very end, and KT take another big fight.
It feels really hard for Bro to approach at this point. Rome again absolutely
What's going on over here?
Oh, no.
What's happening here? Well, at least the Gromp is trying to help, but it's not going to keep him alive as, yeah, that wasn't worth.
No, it was not. Yeah, you know, they're trying to walk up, and they're just so easy for them to turn. And I think, you know, obviously Namgun goes down, but it's BDD's second snipe here with a flash on Aroma. That was just the icing on the cake. And casting just isn't really able to make any headway. Kind of being useless.
I mean, he tried to 1v1 the cannon, and then the rest of his team had to back because they were at a disadvantage, and then this was rough. I mean, Gideon, I think he was on vision when he started this as well.
But he got the blue!
No, he didn't. It was Zoe and Kaisa. And that's going to be Baron just because they're not on the map. We talk about how Baron can be difficult to take down, but if the enemy team doesn't exist, and you have any amount of damage, you can take it down eventually.
Game's looking pretty rough from this state. Teddy's still 4-1, but I feel like unless KT all funnel into his ult and kind of just massively misstep, odds are low. Odds are pretty low. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see it happening. It does seem like KT, they feel a bit more comfortable with these comps that are willing to scrap in the early to mid game, get, you know, 1-2 items and just set up on objectives, and Bro never really was able to get close in some of these objective fights.
I think also the Zoe just creates so much space, and at no point have Bro really found a window to close distance on it. And now he has a Seeker's Arm Guard as well. So he has summons, he has Seeker's Arm Guard. I'm not gonna lie as well, we've not seen the Ziggs do anything, so.
Yeah.
Unconvinced.
Well, BDD's still finding angles. They're attempting to find an angle onto him and punish it, but it's not looking likely. He does have the barrier. And the siege is on with the Baron. They still have 1:42 on this Rebel Baron power play.
Gideon's going for like a Giga flank, but BDD's kind of just watching him, so. Not gonna happen. Aiming has picked up IE. They'd go like kind of on hit slash crit. So he's got like 50% crit with that IE, but has picked up the agility cloak.
Medgiants for BDD.
Okay.
He's not messing around. He wants to end this game.
They have a lot of damage.
Yeah.
A lot of damage.
He's like, if we're gonna get ahead, I'm at least going to get stacks. Like we're not getting 14K ahead and not ending this game. And that's one way to do it. And they've got the angle, the three-man cyclone onto them, and immediately in goes aiming. Even the hook, everything is beautiful here from KT. They will put their fans out of their misery and finally give them a win here in this series as Bro group up for it, and KT knock them down.
Absolute decimation in the team fights in this game. BDD on his signature Zoe just smashes through Bro.
Those are KT fans.
How much slower the first two games were. This one was just like a brute force punch from KT. They will be able to close the series out. The expected result overall, but an interesting manner in how it played out.
Yeah, very nicely done here from KT in game number 3. Bro stood no chance. And apparently, with the KT win, we will not have a tiebreaker.